Hey devs, so today is day 8 of 69 days of AO at tuloy pa rin tayo sa paggawa ng booth activity natin, which is a simple quiz app game na gagamitin natin for cool activations basta meron tayong booth on a certain event. So kung kahapon sa day 7 ginawa natin yung smart contract natin written in Lua, today naman of course magfo-frontend na tayo. Pero hindi na natin gagawin line by line, ipo-provide ko na lang siya sa GitHub. Bibigay ko na lang sa inyo yung GitHub link para dun yung makita yung buong code base ng frontend. So dito sa video na to, makikita nyo paano ko ginawa yung structure ng frontend and paano ko i-integrate yung smart contract with frontend and paano ko usually ginagawa yung buong integration between the two. By the way, kung bago ka sa channel natin or bago ka sa 69 Days of AO na series, hi, I'm Theo. I'm a Tanax developer, a multi-awarded hackathon winner, and a Web3 developer. So tara, simulan natin to. So kung gumagamit ka ng Svelte or gumagamit ka ng Vite, medyo similar naman yung concepts na basta pwede mo i-integrate kung paano yung pattern na ginagawa ko. So first off, always make sure that you have the packages that you need. Ito naman yung pinakakailangan mo dyan. Number 1 is yung RW Wallet Kit na again 1.0.4 yung gumagana sa atin. We also need as a dev dependency yung PermaWeb AO Connect para ma-connect natin yung wallet natin. Ako, usually gumagamit ako na Tanstack React Query kasi sobrang helpful niya, lalo yung caching and natutulungan tayong mag-save ng resources kapag nagfa-fetch tayo from a backend, from an API, but in our case, from the smart contract na nasa AO. Tapos for front-end, I usually go with Tailwind or minsan Movie, Material, ayan, and for icons, pause for icons. So yun na naman, it's a very basic setup. So first off, I always start with the provider. So provider, ito yung magra-wrap sa application natin kung ano mang kailangan natin. Like for example, we have a wallet provider, sometimes we have the auth provider. So kaya natin kailangan tong wallet provider is para magamit natin sa buong application yung wallet connect kasi kailangan natin ng wallet provider talaga. And sometimes, yun nga pag gumagamit ako ng Tanstack React Query, sinasama ko na rin sa wallet provider yung pang query client natin. Ayan. So aside from this, usually gumagamit din ako ng state management and ang ginagamit ko is Zustand. So we need to have a provider for that as well if I remember correctly. But for now, wala muna tayong Zustand since it's a very basic application. It's a single page lang. So we don't need that for now. Maybe sa next videos, tignan natin. And then what I'd like to do next is set up lang yung provider natin sa layout at TSX and then set up the theme as well, set up the font, our CSS. Ayan, sila set up lang natin yung mga kulay. Usually may theming pa yan. Pero next time, makikita nyo yan pag nag-apply na ako ng theme either in Tailwind or in Movie. So sa ngayon, wala muna. Ito muna mga simpleng background colors, fonts, and what. And disclaimer lang, itong ginawa natin chain the blocks is ginawa natin to very quickly in a few hours lang. Hindi natin ginawa yung best practices. So that will actually be my challenge for you guys. If you want to contribute to this and to improve the code base, you're very much open to do it. Kaya ginawa rin natin open source yung booth activities na repository natin sa GitHub. So makikita nyo yan pag pumunta kayo sa page na TSX. Kasi marami akong mga unnecessary dates. Tapos meron akong mga to-do pa dito. Tapos marami pa ako dito mga components dapat na hindi pa naging components. So pwede ka mag-contribute dyan. And medyo magulo pa yung if-else statement natin for the condition dito sa page natin. Ayan. Kung papansin mo, marami pa yan. Marami pa yan pwedeng i-improve. So itong each part natin dito, very basic lang yan. Simple if-else. Ang kailangan natin tignan and kailangan kong i-discuss sa inyo is paano natin ginawa yung integration between this front-end and doon sa smart contract natin. Kasi remember, doon sa smart contract natin, because what we're doing here is get a random question or 3 random questions from our questions table na napakarami. And we make sure na hindi mauulit yung random question na yon. Then pag meron na tayong 3 random question, babata natin siya pabalik sa client side or sa front-end natin. So ganun kasimple. So how I do that is actually through hooks. Inside those hooks, may Tanstack React Query. So for example, itong makikita nyo ditong use fetch questions, doon ako nagpa-fetch ng question. So kapag pumasok tayo dyan, so ito yung use fetch questions na hook natin. And as you can see, gumagamit ako ng React Query dito, wherein we have a query key. Ano lang naman yung query key para lang maayos yung mga query keys natin for React Query. Yan lang siya. And then the function, so kailangan natin gumamit ng asynchronous function na fetch questions. And then wala tayong refetch interval para hindi siya nag-refetch na nag-refetch. Kasi sapat na yung one time na fetch natin. Hindi naman na siya mag-update dapat. Tapos dito sa fetch questions na to, this is an asynchronous function wherein we pass a message. So remember, sa AO, it's message passing. In order for us to fetch the questions, we actually have to send a message doon sa AO process natin that holds our code na, hey, I want to fetch my questions And remember that we have what we call an action dito sa handler natin. So ito yung pinakatatawagin natin, itong fetch questions, before it can actually do the function. Makikita nyo dito, we have a message, we are awaiting for a message, or we are awaiting a send message to the process. Itong process na to, pag tinignan natin yan, it's just a configuration of all my processes. So I'm using an env if I have a test process or a production process. And then the signer, create data item signer, our parang converter, para yung Arweave wallet natin na nakakonect is mabasa niya and ma-allow as signer. So kung hindi nyo alam yung connect wallet, ito yun, naharangan ng ulo ko, nasa baba. So kung makita nyo, connect wallet. And tapos yung tags natin, dun natin actually ilalagay kung anong action yung tatawagin natin from that process. So dito sa process na to, we're telling that, hey, I'm requesting an action of fetch questions. So gawin mo yung handler na yan. So ang magiging response kasi netong await message na to is a message ID. And yung message ID na yon, yun yung kailangan naman natin hintayin yung resulta. From that message ID, we are awaiting the result of that message. Naghihintay tayo ng response. Kasi remember here, smart contract natin, at the end of our function, we have a reply. So ito yung hinihintay natin. We're waiting for a reply, for a result dun sa message natin. So ayan lang yung parameters niya ng result. So we have the message, which is the message ID and the process. Pag may na-receive na siya, itong result natin, pag may na-receive na tayo dito, kailangan lang natin i-parse yung data. Kasi remember, we have this local response here. We have the success, the message, and the data. And we are encoding that. So nagiging string siya. So sa front end, pag na-receive natin yung string, kailangan natin i-parse pabalik. And we are parsing it as generic response. At yung generic response ko is, ito yung success message data. Tapos yung iBlock response, ayan, question, answer option. Ito yung response ng question natin. As you can see here, question, answer option. And then we just dig deeper kasi meron pang isang dot data ulit. Para pag-response natin, makuha agad natin yung pinakagusto nating response from the smart contract. So pag hinover natin yan sa response, makikita na natin iBlock response na siya agad. And pwede na natin siya agad gamitin sa frontend. So yun, pag ginamit na natin sa frontend yan, tinignan mo yung use fetch questions, meron yung data from React query na nagiging iBlock response na siya or undefined. So yung data ginawa nating blocks. Kasi as you know, dun sa app natin, meron tayong tatlong blocks. Block 1, 2, 3. So yun yung blocks. Okay? So pag click mo nyan, meron yung question, merong option, and yung answer. Nakatago na yan sa likod. So everything, all the answers, all the questions, all the options, readily available na yan. Pag-click mo ng start button kanina. So need mo na lang mag-answer dyan. And kaya siya mabilis kasi nga yung answer naka-receive na natin from the smart contract. Again, this can be improved. Ideally, yung pag-process ng answers natin is encrypted pa para secure, para hindi malaman ni user kung ano yung answer. Kasi pwede mong i-visit yung network tab eh. And yung answer, dapat i-process mo pa siya sa smart contract. Marami pang pwedeng gawing improvements. And again, open tayo sa mga PR, sa mga pull requests to change that. So yun, lahat na nakikita nyo dyan, yung mga timer and all, lahat yan nasa front end na, hindi na tayo gumamit ng back end dyan. But pwede nyong ilipat. Depende sa inyo kung paano nyo gusto i-implement. But then again, this is a booth activity. Kami lang naman yung magiging user neto, or device lang namin yung magiging user. Ipapagamit lang namin sa mga students na visit dun sa booth. Kaya hindi ko na siya ginawang komplikado. And that's actually it. That's how you do an app. Pwede na natin tong i-upload sa Arweave para always siyang available kapag kailangan namin. And yung questions, magdadagdag na lang kami na magdadagdag dun sa process. More questions about Arweave Neo pag may further developments pa. Tapos to play again, you just have to refresh. Tapos start mo lang ulit, loading the block. And nakapag-fetch na siya agad ng questions. Diba? Napakabilis. Ma-fetch ng questions from the AO process. So it's very ideal for a booth activity. Ay, analo ako. So yun lang guys. Bisitahin mo na lang yung GitHub and comment down below if may questions ka or whatsoever. So yun lang. Sana may natutunan ka. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.